Hey y'all, I want to walk y'all out to my sassafras trees that God planted for me, God and the birds. And it's time to pick sassafras today. Today is going to be the full moon in August, and that is when you harvest sassafras leaves. We can grind them later after they dry, and they go in gumbo, lots of stews and soups during the wintertime. And y'all know the roots you can make root beer out of or sassafras tea, but I don't dig up my trees, okay? So we can't get to the roots. Maybe we could go in the woods later this year and do that. I've got y'all in the shade. I'm going to take you out in the sun real quick, and I'm going to show y'all what to look for on those leaves. The first time I read about harvesting sassafras was in cookbooks in Louisiana, and it said go out under a full moon and pick your sassafras leaves. And my first reaction was, what is this, some kind of Louisiana voodoo stuff? But so I researched it, and what I found out was, of course, in August our sassafras tree leaves are the most mature. They have grown to their peak, and then in September they'll start turning beautiful gold and orange and red. They're so pretty. So we need to pick them in August while they're at the peak, and during the full moon, that full moon draws up the sap in all plants. And so then if you've got the most sap in the leaves, then you're going to have the most flavor, right? Exactly. And the thing I want to show you, and then we'll talk a little bit about where you might find a sassafras tree. I want to show you what is so unique about it is that each branch, will have three different shapes of leaves. You will have the single lobe right here, just one lobe leaf. Then you're going to have one, I call it a fork. It's got these three lobes. Let me find it very well for all to see. Do you see the three lobe on the same branch now? And then my very favorite is the mitten. Can you see the little mitten? Looks just like a winter mitten, or I call it a baker's mitten, because, well, I cook. And see, there's another mitten right there. I'm filming on two different cameras, so y'all please bear with me trying to show you. And so I love it. I'll show you again. Let's come out of the sun so we can see a little bit. It's warm, and I always said they probably want you to go out during the full moon because it's so hot in August. You might just burn up, right? Okay. Again, we've got the three lobe. Looks like a little fork. There we go. The single lobe. And the little mitts. The little oven mitt or just a little wintertime mitt. They're so pretty. And so anyway, y'all, what I want to talk about next is where you might find them. Okay, y'all. I've come into the shade. I'm trying to keep y'all a little cool out here. That's my first thought was, reason why you do it in August is because of the heat during the night under a full moon. But anyway, and I want to mention something about the full moon tonight. It is going to be quite the little treat if we're out at midnight picking. We also get to see a meteor shower tonight. So that might give us the incentive to stay up and get out and pick our sassafras leaves, right? But anyway, I'm just walking y'all around in the shade so as not to burn y'all up, or my little cameras, they fuss, okay? And we're going to talk about where you can find a sassafras tree. I read that they're primarily in the United States, which y'all know, well, no, they're native to the United States, which means they could be in any country that's got a warm climate just for a season, okay? I did see that there are some types in Thailand and China, so there you go. You can look anywhere. In the United States, they're all over the east, and they go literally halfway across the United States from Maine way down to Florida, all the way to Oklahoma and Texas. And so honestly, again, you just look around because you might can find one, okay? These are the places that I have found where they grow. For instance, I'm going to walk back around here, show y'all they're around that well cap that John's Peppaw had here, right out there. Okay, that's the sassafras trees. Okay, and they grow where birds have eaten the seeds, and then they poop them out sitting on something. Okay. And y'all are like, seeds, Amy, y'all didn't show me seeds. I know, let's zip out here in the sun and pray that these cameras stay cool, because they just do not like this sun. Along with y'all, and I'm going to show you these seeds really, really quickly, and then we'll get back in the shade. Okay. Do y'all see that little seed right there? They're all over. There's some more. So the birds will eat those, and then they sit on things and poop them out. And so my point is, they sat on that well cap, pooped them out, and up grew a sassafras tree. And I'm so thankful. God watered it, and He took care of it, and it's there for us. So I'm very thankful. Let's see. Some other places can be on fence rows, because birds sit all along the tops of fence rows, right? And usually I can find some over here. Trying to grow up here by my mailbox. We'll go look over there. Out in this sun, we'll walk fastly, and they'll grow along there. I figure they're eating seeds from that sassafras tree right there in the yard, and then they come over here and sit on this fence post and plant those seeds for us. Let's see if I might find one. I'm always mowing them down, so I don't know, but we're gonna look. I think I see one, because I want you to be able to find one so you can do sassafras with me. There's one little guy right there by this fence where a bird was sitting. So now you see what I'm saying, and usually they're all along here. Also, that fence that goes along here in our pasture, there's sassafras trees all up and down there too. So I would say I would start with fence rows or anything that you see birds perched on. They might. So I hope you can find you sassafras trees, because it is so flavorful. And you can buy sassafras filet in the store. And I kept some, and it was a well-known brand, really good brand that I would always use in my gumbo. And it is brown. And when we do it from fresh, and I let these dry, they will become, it will be green. It will not be brown. So, and it's got so much more flavor, and just the smell, the fragrance. And I was also going to show y'all what I dry them in. You could just use a pillowcase. But I love like a little mesh bag. Sometimes if you buy lemons or limes, you'll get a mesh bag in the store. You could use that. That way you got air circulation. What I use, it was actually a beach toy bag that I bought for the grandbabies years ago. And I was like, oh my goodness, this would be so good for drying sassafras in. So that's what I do. And then you'll hang your sassafras somewhere that's really warm and dry, which is my storage room and my carport over there, because we have a ice maker and a refrigerator in there, and so it has got really hot dryness in there, and so it dries really well on these leaves. And we'll grind them sometime in September or so. They'll be crispy, and we grind them in a food processor, and then we've got them for all of winter. So I want y'all, I'm hopping on here real quick to let you know you've got time to go try to find some. And tonight we'll go out maybe 11 or so, and we will get right on that, and we'll pick those, and we might get to see us a real pretty meteor shower, huh? Let's see, y'all. I have come in my canning kitchen And I'm looking for my baggie. Yeah, now there's the baggie. Y'all see the yellow lemon? But I had a big baggie that I would use. And I always hide stuff for myself. Do y'all? I do too. I've got to look around in my can and stuff and find my bag. I really thought I had it hanging here. And if I find it, I'm probably gonna hang it here. That would be the easiest thing, wouldn't it? But anyway, y'all, get you something. We'll just take this in case we can't find anything else. We can use this one. If I can get it off of here. There we go. And I'll see y'all tonight. And maybe we'll enjoy that meteor shower too. Bye-bye.